Are you looking for a quick and easy way to build websites? Well, join us on the low code revolution. Priya is going to be here to show us how it's done with new functionality in Power Pages. Stay tuned. Hey everyone, welcome to the Low Code Revolution. I'm your host, April Dunham, and today we're joined by Priya, who's a product lead for Power Pages at Microsoft. Welcome to the show, Priya.
Thanks, April. Thanks for having me on.
So super excited to have you on the show because at Build, there were some pretty big announcements about building enterprise-grade websites with something called Power Pages. Could you tell us a little bit about what Power Pages is and how it fits into the Power Platform landscape?
Absolutely. I'm glad you asked, and I came prepared because I feel like this is sort of top of mind for everyone who's probably seen the announcement at Build. So let's dive into it. Like, what is Power Pages? Power Pages is now our 5th brand new product as part of the Power Platform family. It's in preview as of May 24th. Power Pages is really all about website development. While Power Apps has been super great for internal apps that you can build, both Canvas and model-driven apps, and Power Automate helps you with workflow automation, Power Pages really brings to bear how you can build websites that are external facing. And really what makes Power Pages unique is it's firstly, being a part of the Power Platform, right? It allows you to build that holistic solution that allows you to do both apps, automation, external facing. It's actually built on Power Apps portals infrastructure, right? So it brings forward all that like robust infrastructure that gave you scalability and enterprise-grade hosting platform. And it also brought forward all that great pro dev tooling and capability to customize and extend your websites. And I'll show you a little sneak peek of some of what those capabilities are if it's new to many folks. But what makes Power Pages truly, truly unique with our launch is that it is now focused more on this digital-first, low-code, innovative experiences with our brand new design studio, right? And like I said, why does it, become more? Why is it more robust, or why is it better? Because it's part of the Power Platform. Truly, you can now build end-to-end solutions leveraging all other products inside of the platform. And the part of it is it's both internal data, giving internal data access to your external audiences, right? And this data is stored securely in Dataverse, and you have over 675 connectors that allows you to bring in data and manipulate data inside of Dataverse. Now, I touched a little bit earlier on that, it's built on Power Apps portals infra. So truly, like, we've had lots and lots of customers launch their websites and go at scale. Many, many government customers reach their citizens at scale. So truly, this is an enterprise-grade website building and hosting platform, and it has turnkey authentication or authorization. You can have secure access to data through even down to setting row-level access to your data in Dataverse. And it's actually just on a battle-tested platform. So all of that robustness and goodness is brought forward. Truly, what's really cool is like the new website low-code building experiences that we're bringing forward as part of Power Pages, as well as some cool new out-of-box solution templates that we've developed to showcase the breadth and depth of our platform. Earlier on, I touched hey, it also brought forward from Power Apps Portal some of the best pro dev tooling and customizability. So of course, you can do advanced customization using Power Apps CLI and opening up the whole site inside of VS Code. You can also enable DevOps and ALM using GitHub and Azure DevOps. And we have a ton more pro dev customizations on Power Pages, like using Liquid templates and using JavaScript to completely customize the look, feel, and behavior of your pages. But the true benefit of Power Pages for a low-code revolution is our new design studio. We've also spent a lot of time thinking about how we onboard customers to our products. So we've built this progressive, handheld experience that guides you through from once you sign up all the way through to creating your first site and bringing you inside of this studio. The new reimagined design studio is something I'm going to give a demo of a little bit later, as well as showcase some of the out-of-box templates. And we try to invest a lot for our makers out there to be able to learn how to use Power Pages. So we've actually built a Learn Hub inside of the product that gives you quick access to all the docs and training videos that we've created so far. So with that, I'll turn it over to you, April, if you have any questions. If not, we can do a bit of a demo.
Yeah, well, I just want to say this is super exciting. It's kind of highlights one of the things that I love about the Power Platform is that no cliffs extensibility that we have. So sounds like really with Power Pages, there's an entry point for anyone. So we have some new exciting stuff you're going to be showing us with from the low-code perspective, being able to kind of plug and play, and then also the extensibility that you highlighted there from a pro dev standpoint. So lots to love about the new Power Pages. I'm excited to see a demo.
Awesome, let's get to it. So April, over here, as you can see, this is the new Power Pages homepage. Up at the top, you can see Welcome Priya, and it helps you create modern, secure business websites. What you will see in the homepage is the dominant call to action is to be able to create your next site. Also available on the homepage is all of your recently created sites, and you'll see a rich thumbnail of the homepage site that you've just created, along with the URL of your site, as well as some suggested next steps and actions you can take. But before we go into creating our next site and showing you the new studio, let's take a little peek over here at our templates gallery. So one of the things we really invested in when we were building Power Pages is to build a set of out-of-box solution templates. We have a default template that's just a generic set of page layouts, a simple form connected to Dataverse that anyone can take and customize to suit to their business needs. But we also wanted to showcase the different types of patterns of sites we were seeing across industry that Power Pages was serving a great need for. For example, scheduling is a big pattern that keeps coming up. And we created an example template, assuming you wanted to say you're a financial institution, you wanted to build a scheduling site. So you can even pop open, once you click one of these templates, you'll get to see the screens of the different pages inside of that site. And you'll notice it's fully responsive. It's available across desktop as well as mobile. So you don't have to do any extra work to make your site fully responsive. Each of the templates has this really great description of what the template is capable of and some of the core elements. If you choose template, we'll go ahead and create a site for you from that template. Let me show you some of the other templates. Some are coming soon. We have this progress tracking template that's going to come soon, a multi-step application submission template that'll be coming soon. And if you're interested in seeing what they offer, you can always click in and see what the design would look like and see how they look across mobile as well as desktop. But the two that are available right now is this registration pattern. Imagine you're doing a conference or an event, you could use this as a registration pattern. We used it to, demonstrate with sample data to demonstrate if you were a school, what if you did an after-school registration program pattern? If you click on all, you can see all the templates that are available right here. I also alluded to in the beginning that we have this great learning hub that's also available inside of our platform. Now, we spent a lot of time thinking and learning from across all of the Power Platform, as well as our community members, how people have been getting started and learning to build apps, flows, automations, bots inside of Power Platform, right? Clearly, there's the getting started, like what is Power Pages? What are the capabilities? How do I create and manage pages? And we also give you quick access to join our community and see what other members of the community are building with Power Pages right here. We spent a good amount of time also developing some quick, short training videos on some basic concepts to orient you to the product and help you understand some core functionality. So we have a little video around how to, design your homepage. How do you set up your brand kit inside of Power Pages Studio? How do you build a page to display a list of data from Dataverse? How do you create a simple form? And both with lists and forms, we always talked about keeping your data secure because it's internal data, but you're going to expose it to an external audience. And Power Pages is secure by default. We don't display it automatically. You need to go configure table permissions. So anyone you're giving access to the site will have to have permissions set before they can see the data. And finally, you can also set like page level access. So let's say you want some pages and anonymous people can view, like you don't have to be signed in, but some pages you want people to be signed in to view. You could set that here too. And so we have some tutorials on that. The whole journey really goes from like, hey, how do you design and build your site? How do you connect it to Dataverse? How can you customize and extend it using liquid tags, web templates, or web APIs? How do you develop code components and any advanced config that we offer? We have a whole section around like security for your site. And then as you get ready to go live, we have this little go live checklist that we started developing for like all the things you must do before your site's ready to go live to audiences. And then once your site's live, we give you all these tips and tricks around like how to monitor your site and how do you maintain it to make sure that the traffic is, your site's still scaling to meet the traffic demands of your audience. So now that I've sort of covered like home and templates and learn and all sort of the capabilities that we were offering in terms of learning, let's go and create a site together. As you can see, I already created one site before, and I'll come back and show you a bit more of the capabilities in that one. But let's go through the create site journey together. So when you click on create site, you'll see like a familiar experience of that list of templates that I'd shown you earlier in the templates hub. So we'll go ahead and pick this like default design template. And every time you're sort of creating a site or picking a template, you'll always have that same familiar experience where you can explore the different screens. You can see it both on desktop as well as on mobile. But I'm going to go ahead and choose the default site template. As you can see, as soon as I do that, it automatically gives my site a name, and I can rename it. Do you have any name suggestions for me for what we should call the site?
Let's call it the Low Code Revolution site. Maybe we want people to discover our show.
Revolution site. Okay, so I'm going to get this started for you, and we're going to take it live, and you're going to make it a thing. So you also have the option to go change the web address for later on if you want. For now, this one is available, so let's stick with that, and we'll move forward. And now that we click done, it's just going to take about a minute or so to completely set up your site, and we sort of give you a little bit of an indicator here. Cute little animation plays to show you stuff that's going on behind the scenes. But truly, like, what's different from Power Apps portals to here is while the infra is battle tested and highly scalable, a lot of what you saw as the sneak peek in the beginning for those who might have played with Power Apps portals is there was this low code studio that we started developing. And I'm so really excited to show you some of the big new changes we've made in that studio. So once we're done creating the site, what'll happen is we get automatically redirected to the studio. So let's just give it a couple of minutes.
Yeah, super excited to see that. I've loved what I saw so far. I love the investment in that Learn section, particularly because we have like a wealth of documentation out there between Docs and Learn and the awesome content that our community puts out. So just having that in one central place where you don't have to go outside of the experience and hunt down what we're trying to do. And you really made it guided too, as far as the journey to building your app there. So love what you did with that learning piece for sure.
Yeah. And so as with live demos, as our demo gods would have it, turns out it takes a little bit longer to set up this particular site. So as you can see, it just says, hey, site's getting ready. But let's do this. Let's go to this other site that I'd pre-created. And I'm going to go ahead and click edit on this site. And so the first thing that you'll notice once we get into our new low code designer is we have what we call 4 marquee workspace experience, and I'll cover each one of them. The first is the Pages workspace. And the Pages workspace is precisely where you would add and remove pages that you're going to add as part of your site. So every time you want to add a page, you just click the plus button. You can choose from one of these out-of-box page template layouts. You also have an option to specify some custom layouts if you're going to be reusing them across your site. Give it a name, and as soon as you do that, I'm not going to do that right now, it'll add it right here. You'll notice this other section called Other Pages over here, and so Other Pages basically means all of the pages listed under main navigation will appear under your hamburger menu here, or they'll appear across the top here. So there are pages that anyone should be able to find on your site. But you probably want to build some pages that you don't want anyone else to find, so you just sort of create them under Other Pages. The cool part of this, and this is where I want to spend a little bit of time, I'm going to expand this a little bit so we can focus a little bit more on the design studio itself. You can see as I'm hovering over it, you'll see these little sections getting highlighted. This is a header section. This is a main section. Anytime you click into a section, you'll see a plus button. I can add a section right beneath the header in this section, or I can add a section right below it. So every time I choose to add a section, I have options to make a 1 column, 2 column, 3 column, split 2/3, 1/3, or a spacer. Let's say I choose to add an empty section that's just 1 column wide. As soon as I drop a section in, now I have an option to add text, button, images, videos. Like I can embed a Power BI report in here. I can embed a list. I can embed a form. And these lists and forms are nothing more than Dataverse tables and forms that are Dataverse forms, right? So if you're familiar with model-driven apps, like, and you build one of those, then once you create your Dataverse list or form, you can come in here and you can display it as a list. So I'm going to go ahead and delete this section because I don't want to actually do that on my homepage. Any questions or thoughts so far as we're doing this in context editing?
Well, I love it. So I come from a SharePoint background, so this is giving me total modern SharePoint page like vibes, I gotta say.
Yeah.
So I love it. I love the experience. Super easy and intuitive.
Absolutely. It's, yeah, you'll notice it. There's a lot of familiarity, right? Like of adding components like you would to SharePoint web part. Also, you can see there's really cool capabilities to like set your background color or background images. Like, let's say I wanted to actually make like a big hero section that where I wanted to set the background. I could come in here, choose background. I could choose image. I could upload an image. Let's say I actually wanted to make, actually, I'm going to pick an image I already have from my downloads folder and put it up here. But it's really powerful and cool that like you can easily do this. And then the other thing you can also do is immediately set your section height to be taller. And then of course, if you ever wanted to do something like set variable heights, you have access to like an inline code editor right here that would then open it up focused on that one section or div. And you can go in here and actually set your variable height right in line, right there. So, you know, you have a lot more flexibility with how you want to lay out your site. So now coming over now, I think the cool additional new capability is our styling workspace. So inside of the styling workspace, the first thing you'll notice is in this one, I've done a little bit more work. I started with one of these out-of-box themes. It was called Orange, and it had completely different color palette. And what I got to come in here and do is I, for example, took the Microsoft brand colors and I went in and I changed every one of these little color palette to fit my brand color. So like that's the quickest way to quickly globally brand this whole site, to have my site, you know, brand colors ready to go. I can set the site background from one of the color palettes that I just set up here. And what's really cool now is I can globally also set all my fonts, my headings, my subheadings, my paragraph font. So like, let's say I open this up right now, it's set to Arial and this. I can choose from any of the out-of-box ones. And you also have an option to be able to upload some custom fonts and then choose that and set that globally for your whole site. So that's a really cool capability too. You can style your buttons, and then you also have some more additional finer grain control at the global level on how much padding and spacing you want for each of your sections so they lay out just right. So the styling workspace is pretty cool. If you modify one of these themes and you don't like it, you know, just click here, right click, and you know, choose default. As you saw a sneak peek earlier, if you are someone who wants a lot more finer grain control, you can actually upload your own custom CSS through our portal management app. For those who are familiar with Power Apps portals, we have a ton of tutorials in the Learn Hub, like that'll show you how you access the portal management app and how you can upload your custom CSS and set display order. We also made some training videos around that. The fun and most powerful new thing is our data workspace. So April, I know you've done a lot of Power Apps inside of Teams, right?
Yep.
So hopefully this looks really, really familiar, because this is the table designer that so many people are familiar from if you built inside of Power Apps inside of Teams. This super intuitive table designer allows you to create tables right here. These are all Dataverse tables, right? And you can add and edit and modify columns. You can add and edit records right in here. But the powerful, cool new thing is once you have your tables, you can also build your views. And each of these views that you see here literally translates into what you could display as a list in a page inside of Power Pages. You could build a form. So this feedback table actually has a simple contact us form that we built. And if you click into it, this form designer should also look very, very familiar for those who are familiar with Power Platform and played with Form Designer for model-driven apps, right? You'll see right in here, you can click in. It's unfortunately a little bit small, so let me just zoom in really quickly. As you can see, these are all the columns that we chose. I also wanted to call out a super cool thing. Now we also support code components. So this is actually, it used to be a basic simple text field. And what I got to do now here, I could select that field and come in here and choose to make it a component. And the component I choose to set it to was a rich text editor. So now that's a really cool, powerful thing that you can do inside of Form Designer and have that form reflected on your site as well. So this is all Data Workspace, truly the place you come in to create tables, create views to display lists, create your forms. So that's that. If you ever want to come in and create other tables, you have all of the out-of-box entities from Dataverse available to you right here. So go ahead, party on. The fourth workspace, and this is probably speaks to a lot of the key and power of like the security and authentication that comes out of box with Power Pages, right? So Power Pages by default, I said, you can make all of your pages anonymous. That means anyone can see on the web can see your pages. But the minute you start putting data that's either forms or lists, it's automatically locked down, it's automatically secure. So you have to set some roles. So those roles are set under table of permissions. But let's say you actually don't want everyone to be able to see the whole site, or maybe you only want some pages to be accessible if you're signed in. You can come in here and choose some of the out-of-box identity providers that you can easily configure. You can have Azure Active Directory as an authentication provider, you can do ADB2C, or you could use any of the familiar ones like Facebook, LinkedIn, Google, Twitter, or even your Microsoft personal account. Very, very easy to configure. Like the minute you come in here, if you click on configure, it says choose your login provider, what's the protocol, and then the next thing is you're registered as an app with whoever that auth provider is and provide your app key, and that's it. Super, super easy to do. Then you can go back and lock down which pages are behind an authentication needed setting. So yeah, that sort of sums up like truly the powerful new low code studio. Before we leave, I want to point out that you can also quickly hop to and connect flows to your site, and you can go into the portal management app, this is where you configure some of the more advanced settings. People who are familiar with Power Apps portals will be familiar with the portal management app. We've just made it super easy for you to come in and get to it from here. So I'll pause there. I'm going to come back to the Pages workspace and then just show you the site preview. The final cool thing, anytime you preview your site, did you know you can scan this QR code and it is fully mobile responsive and you should be able to see the site on your mobile device. I highly, highly encourage you guys to go try this. Try it out, build your cool site. Show me what it is.
That is so cool.
I'm glad you're, April, I can't wait for you to like build your first site and show me what you're going to do with this.
I can't wait to get my hands on it. There's just so much to unpack there. I mean, the integrations, like hands down, like if you're already building Power Platform solutions, you're already using Dataverse for Teams. I mean, you have the new like modern table editor built baked in. Like what other platform can you actually build your front end website, but then also the back end data just there in one stop shop like that, and be able to integrate automation with Power Automate in it and embed Power BI dashboards. It's like the power of it is that it is a platform, and we can easily add in all these integrations with it, and it's secure and enterprise grade. I just love it. I can't wait to get my hands on it.
Awesome. Well, please, tag me when you do this so I can come collab with you as a Fusion dev.
Will do. And I know I can't be the only one anxious to get my hands on this and start building some Power Pages. Can you share with us where we should go if we want to get started?
Absolutely. To get started with Power Pages, please go to aka.mswac Power Pages and sign up for a free trial from our marketing page. Please join our community and see all of the cool additional solutions and sites people are building and sharing out there, and share yours too with us over there. And please submit your ideas as you play with it. If you think we've forgotten something or you think it'd be a really cool new feature we should add to Power Pages, please submit them to Power Pages ideas. We can't wait to hear from you all.
Awesome. Well, thank you again so much, Priya, for coming on the show today and showing us this amazing new Power Pages functionality. And thank you all for watching. And we'll see you next episode of the Low Code Revolution.